Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Jerry Royce, and welcome to the Positive Power 21 Network with Uncovering Mr. Right, my love story. Please sit back, relax, release, and enjoy this presentation of Uncovering Mr. Right, my love story. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Uncovering Mr. Right. So you're sitting on uncoveringmrright.com. It's a relationship website. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in and checking out our blog and streaming our audio off of YouTube. And my job right now is to go out there and find some people who have discovered their Mr. Right or Miss Right in some cases. And we're going to talk to some people who haven't had as much luck. And we're going to find out why they haven't had much luck. But today on our show, we have Nicole Martin. She's an author. She's authored three books. Short story just got picked up. You can find out about her story on positivepower.org, or positivepower21.org, I'm sorry. And you can hear her whole story, all her experiences she went through, raising a child, losing parents, and she's still able to use her God given talent to create. And it's a very touching story, and I think you should buy her books. Hey, Nicole, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And that was a great segment we had on positivepower21.org, and I hope the audience will tune into that show. But right now, we're going to talk about Nicole Martin, the real person, the ordinary person, not the author. But we're gonna probably put a little spin on that also. Okay, find out how you're juggling your careers and you're a man.
Oh
Now,
wow.
Nicole. Now, now you said you on the last segment you said you're engaged, right?
Yes.
All right. How long you been engaged?
Oh my God. Do I have to say that? I've
Okay.
been
All right. We won't take a number because people you don't want nobody judging you, right? All right. We
Let's
understand.
just say I've been engaged. It's a long engagement.
All right, well, that's why you're on here. Then we got to talk about it.
Right.
People want to know. They want to know why, and we're gonna and hopefully we'll be able to invite you back um, with some group discussions and dive into this stuff a little deeper. Okay, because we want to know why Mr. Right does the things he do and why he think the way he does. Now, is this Mr. Right? Is he the one?
Yeah, see the one.
He's the one. He's the one. Now, he's taken a while to I guess he got down on one knee. You guys just haven't set a date. Is that what it is?
Yeah, we set probably 3 dates and we keep putting it off. not
All
because
right.
not because of issues in our relationship. It's just me, I'm so anal about things being perfect, and financially, it's like I want everything to be perfect in a way because I only want to do it one time.
That's right. So you went the dream ceremony, the dream wedding.
Exactly. Yep, I sure did.
Wow. So you must be watching that show that comes on about weddings, about marriages.
Oh, I
Those.
watched this many times about
All
dream
right.
weddings. Yep.
Yeah, my wife is into that show, and I can't believe the money that these people are spending. I mean, it's okay if somebody give it to you. Hey, it's a gift, but if you got to finance it yourself, you know, that's a rough start.
It is, but you look at it like you only plan to do it once, and that one day you just want to be a queen. Like you want everything the way you want it, and that's your day to just.
Yeah, let's talk about that then. Okay, because I've been in a wedding. I've been in a big wedding, and okay, now in your mind, what you envisioning right now? Your wedding gonna be like? Talk to me.
Okay, in my mind, I envision on a beach. The people that's the most important to me there with me. The beautiful white dress. I envision the horse like just driving off in that little carriage. I want to see me
Ooh.
and him after we're married get up onto that little carriage and people, throwing rose petals and oh my God, I have a very wild imagination for how I want my wedding to be.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Now that's your dream. So I mean, what's going to happen if it doesn't happen? Exactly. I mean, you get there, you're on the white beach, it's raining. I'm not trying to put a damper, but do you have a plan B? Got to have a plan B.
I know, and I always say that. I tell my children that. I tell my sister, everybody have planned A, B, and C. And the sad part about it is I don't. I think that I would cry if I actually was able to get the wedding like I wanted. I really wanted to be, and it rained on my day. I think I would cry, just like what's
Yeah.
her name, Kiara, Tamara, Kiara and Tamara show, and
Uh-huh.
I heard like she wanted it and she had it outdoors and then it started raining. She started crying. I just pictured myself doing the same thing.
Mister, you definitely gonna be looking at the weather report for the whole week wherever you have. Well, you plan on having it on a beach, right? You talking about like Jamaica, the Bahamas?
No, well, I mean, I really haven't picked a place yet, but yeah, something like that. I really want to go all out and just have it somewhere with the pretty blue waters and I haven't really picked out where yet, but yeah, that's my aim.
Wow. Wow, that's a beautiful love story right there. Now, now I've been in a big wedding. My wife didn't think about this, but all she knew is she didn't want her wedding being on a really, really hot day where because the church we were having a wedding always had problems with the air conditioning. Yeah, that was an old church. The we couldn't have a reception because the reception hall is not air conditioned, so we definitely had to choose a really nice place to have the reception, which she did. And what happened was it was the first week of April, which is great because it's nice and the weather's is nice and normal. Like I guess you say the high 60s, maybe lower 70s. But what she didn't count on is when you go to places to vacation, like on the East Coast, it's not going to be that warm. And even when we went to Vegas for our honeymoon, well, our 20th anniversary, it was that's the week when it's windy. So we had like 2, 3 windy days, and maybe one day in the 80s where we actually were able to get in the pool. So she didn't think about all that stuff.
Oh,
And even in the Bahamas, the Bahamas weather is not that hot in April. So so you got to think about that kind of stuff, huh?
yeah. Yes, that's true. That's and I
Yep.
probably wouldn't have thought about that either.
That's right. But if she would have had our wedding like in June, when you're starting to get those crazy weeks where you may get a heat wave, hey, everybody can be miserable, probably between the car and the church and going to reception. But when you decide to go on your little honeymoon trips or getaways, it's going to be nice island weather. But we did go to Hawaii, which the weather was really really nice there. But that's all she was thinking about really was getting to Hawaii at the time. So you got to look at the whole thing now. What it's going to be
Yeah,
like for the next so many years. All right. All
yeah.
right. Now let's talk about Mr. Wright. What makes him? Well, let's talk about Earl. Let's go back a little bit. Now, what was your relationships like before you met Mr. Wright?
Mm. Let's see. I really was only in one serious relationship before him.
Hmm.
And we just stayed. We just didn't get along. It was like n- nothing we did. We could never agree on things. It was we argued a lot and we would stop speaking to each other. But then it was like we had a child, so we tried to make it work and it just didn't feel real, and
Right.
I couldn't feel like I was myself um, around him, and I think he was the same way. So it just, and once we became friends, it was like we got along better after we ended the relationship. We had
Hmm.
we get along. We still this day we get along. We have a child together.
Okay. So that wasn't a planned pregnancy, then, right?
No.
All right. So basically, you guys stayed together because of the pregnancy. I mean, was so what was y'all doing when you got pregnant? Were y'all just hanging out, or were y'all actually serious when you got pregnant?
When I got pregnant, we were still together, and I was actually in my last year of high school, so we were young. We were very young.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we were still together, and even throughout the pregnancy, we called ourselves girlfriend and boyfriend, but it was we hardly seen each other.
Yeah, yeah, right. You guys were really young. That's young high school. You're not ready for that kind of stuff. That's too
Right,
much for young people. You're trying to get your life together. You really don't even know what you want to do at that
right.
point. I mean, you knew you had the writing bug and everything, but how about him? What was his future plans like?
And he was so undecisive. If you would ask him, I don't know, I ain't really think about that yet, or he could never give a direct answer. Even just
Yes.
if we say, oh, let's go order out, let's go get something to eat, and I would say, well, what do you have a taste for? He'll go, well, what do you have a taste for? And we'll just keep saying it to each other, like, it was crazy.
So basically, you guys were together because y'all was just attracted to each other. It's not like y'all really stimulate each other mentally, huh?
Right, right.
That's understandable. Now, you say today you guys are a friend, get along because of the child. How old is the child right now?
She's 19.
She's not. Oh, 19. Wow, she's
Mhm.
adult now. Okay. Now, do you guys like do birthdays together and everything?
No, but he moved on. He lives in North Carolina now, so
Oh, okay.
um, she'll go down there every once in a while and see him, but he was always a good father to her.
Okay. So, he went down there for work?
His parents had moved down there, and he kind of followed behind them. But yeah, he has
Hmm.
a good job down there now.
All right. Very good. So, he did finally make something of himself then, huh?
Yeah, yeah, he
All
did, he
right.
did.
Yeah, yeah, that's great when you see something like that. Somebody you grew up with, you know, able to, support their children and have a good livelihood. Now, is he married?
Yes, he is. He actually
Huh.
just got married a couple months ago. I'm gonna say probably about like 5 months ago.
Wow, great, great. So he met her down there.
Yes, he married down there, and he has they have a child together. He has three children, including mine.
All right, good. All right, so he's doing pretty good. Glad he got a good job. All right, let's talk about. Let's fast forward. So your next serious relationship, next up is the fiance. Now, how
Yes.
long you guys were together before he proposed to you?
We were together 3 years. No, 4 years. 4 years. Because
4 years.
he,
Now, what make
yes.
I'm sorry, 4 years. So what made him, so special that he wanted to get down that knee and put that diamond on your finger?
You know, I'm gonna say we was. I know we are soulmates. I ain't gonna say we were soulmates. We are soulmates. And
Mm.
it's like I can honestly, truly say, from the moment I laid eyes on him, I felt a connection with him. I mean, I actually met him through work. Um,
Mm.
he was calling in as a client, and he was real flirty over the phone. He never seen me a day before in his life, and he just was. And then it was like when he came in, he came. I was working for a nonprofit agency helping parents who had children with special needs, and he was
Mhm.
coming in for a support group.
Mhm.
And the moment I laid eyes on him, I just felt something I had never in my life felt before.
Wow. Wow. So he has a child with special needs.
Yes, he does. He has a son that
Uh,
has cerebral palsy, and he has another son that has leukemia.
oh wow. So he has a big heart then.
Yes, he does.
All right.
Yes,
Now,
he.
knowing this, now you guys got. I mean, you guys got to wear some big shoes now because you're both dealing with kids with disabilities, right?
Yes, well, my daughter has passed away, but his oldest son with cerebral palsy, he's 18, and he's actually, self-functioning. It's when he was younger, he just fell a lot. He was
Mhm.
like he just would, fall. He was really, I don't want to say clumsy, but he fell a lot, and it was due to his disability. And then his um, son, that's 15 now, he has leukemia, and he actually almost lost his life about 2 years ago from the
Oh,
leukemia. So, but
wow.
he too is self functioning. It's like they don't require any additional attention or anything. It's just that we got to stay up on their meds and their
Mhm.
doctor's appointments. So both of them run around, and we
Right.
treat them as a child that doesn't have a disability.
Good, good. Now, when you guys met, I mean, was he involved in a relationship at the time? I mean, he's coming to a support group and everything.
No, he wasn't.
Okay. Now, is it two mothers involved or just one with the children?
One.
One. Okay, that's
And
good.
they
All
actually
right.
had
So,
4 kids together.
oh wow, wow. All right. So you guys get together. I mean, how long was it before he asked you out after you started coming to your employment?
Oh my God, he asked me the same day.
Get out of here.
He
Wow. So
asked
he
me
had the
that
same.
same day when he came in. It was like we both couldn't keep our eyes off each other. And then when I had to write certificate out of attendance. He asked me to write my home number on the back of the certificate.
Whoa. So y'all had a fast connection then.
Yes, we did.
So okay, so when did you guys go out? How many days after that?
Probably about a week after that, we went out.
And
We
then you
actually
said
went
after
and had lunch together.
right. All right. So then you said, okay, he seemed like he's okay. You're gonna stay with him for a while. I mean, were you weren't in a relationship at the time, so you had free time for him then.
Right. It was like after that, neither one of us was in a relationship, and from the time we went out to lunch, and it was from that point, it was like we were together every single day. And
Wow.
shortly after that, I say probably about a month after that, we moved in together, and we've been living together ever since.
Wow. Now, some people say, now when you guys moved in together, I mean, how long did it take before he gave you the ring? Because now he got the prize. Now, you're under the same roof. You know, where's his motivation at?
And I was scared about that, but I felt um I felt something different with him. It was like I felt like I wanted to take a chance with him.
Wow. And why is that? I mean, what's so special about him?
I don't know. I think because I was really attracted to him, and I felt like I was in love with him. It's crazy because it was
Wow.
pretty new, but I just took that chance with him.
And it's funny because I have some people that help me with the show, and one of them don't believe in that love at first sight, the chemistry. They drop everything for you. I guess because it never happened to that person. But I mean, you're telling us right now that I mean, even though you weren't involved with nobody, did you have a couple guys in rotation that you were seeing, like going to the movies? They would call you sometime just to hang out. I mean, did you have any guys like that at the time?
Um, yeah, it was people that I was like going out with, because it was like me and a couple of my girlfriends was hanging out with guys, but it was nothing serious.
Right. So
Right.
when he came along, you was like you didn't care about that no more. And she's talking about her Mr. Right. This guy just walked in the office. They had a couple phone calls because he was a client, but he was always flirty with her. Now he's coming into the office to, I guess, sign off on some paperwork, and he's looking at her. She's looking at him. She said she had a couple friends that she was hanging out with, but she dropped everything. Bam. All right, Nicole. Now you guys are living together now. He proposed to you. You say about 2, 3 years. You say he proposed to you.
Yeah, it's about 4 years.
4 years. All
Yeah.
right. So now you guys are been engaged. You say for how many years?
You said how many years we've been together?
Yeah,
For we've been together now for 11 years.
11 years. Okay, I've been together for 11 years. Now the ladies on the end say you got your Mister Right. Now on the other show we talked about you know um, your books and everything. Now, you say you're real specific about the ceremony and everything. You got your books working and everything. You think because you've been so involved, because you're a minute, you're a workaholic, that you think that's why you haven't spent the time to really get the ceremony in place and walk this man down the aisle? Is that what's going on?
That along with, we both, we have 5 kids together. Well, my daughter passed away, so it's 5 of them now, and then grandkids and just family finances. It's like something to come up. Like the first time we planned the wedding, and something happened with his truck. His transmission went out, and told him it would be better off if he buy a new one. So it's like, okay, the money we were saving for the wedding now has to go for that. Different things just keep coming up, and so that's
Mm.
just making us keep putting it.
Yeah, put it on the back burner. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the main thing you guys still got strong love. You know where you're headed at, right?
Right.
That's the main thing. Okay. Now, what the girlfriends say about this guy, Mr. Right? What do they say about
Oh God. Now, if you read, I told you the good. Now it wasn't. It's not just good. It's some things we done been through. Like
right.
think about my title in my first book. Some things
Yeah.
that
Okay.
I didn't know about him that came into play, and it just took everything for a spin, and it's like, okay, now I have to deal with a guy who has a and that I know absolutely nothing about. Like I'm thinking, okay, well, if he gets some love and affection and a good woman by his side, he ain't gonna want to do that. But it didn't work out
Right.
that way.
Oh, okay. So basically, I mean, kind of. So was he hiding it from you?
He was. I'm not gonna say he was hiding it from me, but by him knowing how naive I was, like I didn't
Hmm.
know absolutely nothing about it. Like when he told me he was in Narcotics Anonymous, I thought that narcotics meant cigarettes. I had no idea it meant drugs.
Wow. Wow.
That's
So
how
his drug is. So
naive
what
I
was his
was.
drug? So what was his drug of choice?
Heroin.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one. There, that's a hard one to get off of. What I hear.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean, so how's he doing now?
Oh, he's doing wonderful now. I mean, he has relapsed in the beginning, but now, today he's 4 years clean. So
Good.
he's doing
Good.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, so basically, loving an addict was about him. I thought it was the first guy, but the first guy's doing really well for
Mhm.
himself.
Yeah, he sure is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Now, now the second guy, Mr. Wright. I mean, basically, you said you was going to overpower him with so much love. Because a lot of times that's what people miss in love. I mean, sometimes you don't really know why they choose poison. Because I know I lost a best friend through alcohol. When I first met him, he's a church guy. He had a strong family. He never detected that. But he said he didn't like drinking. He just used it when he was depressed. And that was because he had lost the job and he was used to being on top of the world. He lost. He basically was a materialistic guy, and when he lost those things, it took away his family. Now, your man. I mean, basically, why he choose his poison? When you trying to overpower him with love.
Well, that still remains unknown. He told me that it's something that I would never understand. So I've asked him many times, what is it that makes, like when he's relapsed, what is it that makes you want to go backwards? And he just say it's something I just can't I wouldn't understand. That's what he always told me.
Well, I mean, is it? I mean, could he kind of associate it with somebody to say, okay, I'm going to lose weight, and next thing you know, you see them, they pick their 30 pounds back up because they binge eating again. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah,
uh,
he like that. Like I can tell if, but I know how. I mean, we're together all the time, so I know if his patterns change, I know the things to look out for.
right, right. I mean, is that kind of a scary situation though, knowing this person is your future? And I mean, just like I tell people, when you marry somebody, you marry their family too. So you got to really look at the family too. A lot of times, you could tell with a younger person, they're going to be looking like this. Like you can't tell a bad guy from a good guy out of a group of 20 guys that's in their mid 20s. But if you look at those same people and you push them up in the age 50, you can see life on their faces. It's
Right.
like wow, So you can't really tell with a young person, but if you see their family, sometimes you got to go deep, like down to the grandmother level. The second generation.
I hear
So what is
people
his?
say.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I hear that a lot too. Like I've heard people say that.
So what did you see when you see his family? What did you see?
He comes from a very strong-minded family. I mean, his mom is, she's worked all her life. She's raised her kids. She goes to church every Sunday. Now his father, I've never met his father. He hasn't seen his father since he was 3 years old. So
Uh,
that's still a story that's a mystery. But
right, so right, so you don't know anything about that part of the blood.
right,
Or has that affected him being a man? I mean, you hear all the time with these athletes, these superstar athletes, they use sports to fight off the demons, not having their father in their life.
yeah,
You hear that all the time.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I mean, just like the Ray Lewis story, the Terrell Owens story. I mean, even Ray Rice. I mean, I watch E30 all the time. It's like all their stories are very similar. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
very similar. Now, is his dad? Is he still alive?
Yeah. His father's still alive, and he actually found out that his father lives in New York somewhere.
All right. So I mean, so was he thinking about trying to have a reunion so he can find out why is he fighting with this? You know?
Yeah, and I actually had tried to like find him on the internet for him because he knows his name and everything, but um, he's one of the people that's like a mystery. Nothing comes up about him.
Yeah, and this could be why he's going through what he's going through. But the biggest thing is, you giving him the love you have can beat anything. I mean, I mean, 4 years sober is super.
Right.
You know,
Huh?
that is yeah, that is really super. But it would be great. You guys could work together and get him, in a union with his dad so he can find out, you know, why is he going through why he's going through. You
Right.
know. But I mean, great. It's a great story. I mean, everybody got things that they're going through. It's just
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. It's just different. I mean, you found ways to tell it through your writing and help someone else because that's what it's all about. When you talk about relationships, especially relationships with a higher power, we all kind of connected anyway. You
Right.
know, and everybody's not going to be built the same way, you know. But this is great. This is great. Now, in your book, Mother's Worst Nightmare, you talked about your daughter. How's he been there for you to deal with that? Because that's what you need him for that support.
Yes,
Is
and
he
he's
helping you out with that?
wonderful. I mean, he's always anything I've ever been through. I can honestly say he's never been like MIA. He's always been right there. So he's been wonderful throughout all three. He's my daughter, my mother. He always has my back.
All right, good. All right, Nicole, we're gonna close our show out. We really, really, really grateful for having you here. I mean, this was quite an interview. I hope our listeners were able to feel you on this one. She has books out there on the internet. We have her sites up for you, and it's Nicole Martin. You can Google her. She has a book called Loving an Addict, Poison. She has a short story that just was picked up and Mother's Worst Nightmare, which is an incredible story. This woman's strength. I applaud you, and I'll continue to pray for you and your family because, like I do, I always pray for all my guests that's coming up on my show because I always pray that God would send us a message that will help our listening audience, and I think this was a big one. And I thank you for being here, Nicole.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, and we'll see you on Facebook, right?
Right, yeah.
All right, that's Nicole Martin. Before you go, Nicole, you have anything any encouragement for young ladies looking for love?
Just take your time, get to know your partner. Life is too short, and you'll know when it's time because I did.
All
Yeah,
right, amen
and
to that.
also, if I can, I wanted to leave my information. You
Yeah, go ahead.
can follow me on Instagram at @Nikki Nicole. Same with Twitter. On Facebook, author Nicole Martin. Please purchase, go and check out my books on Amazon or Barnes and Noble.
All right, just send me all your information. I'll make sure it flows with the radio show. 'Cause, we run it on YouTube, so everybody have your information available for viewing. Okay.
All right, thank
All
you.
right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is Jerry Royce, UncoveringMrRight.com. Take it easy and continue to tune in every day. Bye. That ends our presentation, and thank you for joining us at Uncovering Mr. Right, My Love Story. Please visit us at UncoveringMrRight.com, separated by hyphens. This has been a Royce Enterprises production. Also join us at PositivePower21.org, where we get positive. Thank you for joining us, and have a great evening.